Hello, YouTube world. It's your girl Aleka, better known as Beltika, you feel me? And I'm here today with a quick short video to give you guys some basic study tips and hacks that you could do so that you could become that scholarly student, you feel me? A's and B's only in 2020 vision, you feel me? A's and B's, ain't no C's, ain't no D's, ain't no F's, no E's, none of that. And this video is not only for it's not for a specific kind of group. If you're middle school, high school, college, law school, med school, whatever else school, just you could benefit from this, so just keep on watching and the video. So the first thing I have for you guys is memorizing. There's different ways to memorize. The first thing that you should do, I think, always is to get a stack of index cards and write down the definitions, functions, or terms, whatever it is that you have to commit to memory. Go over them about 4 or 5 times. Have somebody test you on it maybe 2 or 3 times. Take a 20-minute nap, wake up, and go over it again. And I guarantee you'll have like half, if not all of them memorized by the time you wake up. What sleeping does, it gives your brain time to soak in and settle in all those definitions and terms that you went over multiple times, and it helps it to commit to memory. Another thing you could do with the index cards, you could look at them before you go to sleep at night, and as soon as you wake up in the morning, let them be the first thing that you also look at. So this way your brain sees it at night, you sleep on it, and then you wake up and you remember it better, and it's refreshed in your brain once you go over it again in the morning. Another thing with the index cards is when you write the index cards, get like different colors, if that makes sense. Like get different colors for different like sections, because your brain is all about patterns. The more patterns that you could create in your study habits, the better it is for your brain to soak it in and to memorize, and for you to do well on the exam. Another thing with memorizing is acronyms. Create acronyms and abbreviations. However, sis, you need to make your acronyms dirty, okay? They need to be dirty, because if they're not dirty or funny if you're not that type of person, it's gonna be harder for you to commit it to memory. So I'll give you an example. I took organic chemistry last semester, and I had to memorize my functional groups. And my friend and I were studying, and she was like, you know what? There's one that's it's an ether group. It's an oxygen with two carbons connected to it. And she was like, you know what, we gonna say, well, you could have either, because it's 2 C's. And I promise you, that's the #1 functional group that I will never forget, because it's like I can okay, but that's what I mean by make it dirty and make it funny, so that you can commit it to your memory faster. Along with acronyms, you could have mnemonics. That word is so hard to say. Basically, a mnemonic is a phrase or a sentence that it's another form of abbreviation for let's say like a series of steps. So for example, one that we all learned in like 4th or 5th grade was PEMDAS, which is like parentheses, multiplication, exponent, whatever. And the way you remember it, the mnemonic for it was, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Yeah, so that's basically what a mnemonic is. All right, moving on. Memorizing. Another tip for memorizing is chewing gum. Yes, scientific research has proven that chewing gum helps with like concentration in terms of visualizing everything. So if you have like a lot of structures to memorize, or like you're like an engineering major or something like that, and there's a series of steps that you really need to know it, and you just need to know the picture in your brain, chewing gum will help. But however, if you're gonna chew gum, make sure you chew the same exact flavored gum on the test, because like I said in the beginning, your brain is all about patterns. So if you started with peppermint, stick to peppermint. If you started with fruity, stick to fruity. I think the last thing I have for memorizing is just write it down. Write it down a billion times. Write it down till your wrist hurts. Write it down till the paper is done in the notebook, because certain things that you can't just look at them and commit it to memory. You have to physically be writing it down. Like if it's a structure, you have to actually write it down for you to have that sink in and soak in and memorize for the exam. So, all right, so the next one is cramming. Yes, we all do this. We don't show up to class, we don't pay attention in class, and then here comes the test in 2 days and we don't know nothing, and we procrastinated, and now we need to get our lives together. I'm here to help you. All right, so first steps in cramming is to have a good breakfast. You need to start your day off strong. You need to be energetic, and having a breakfast with nutrients and proteins will help you to have that energy, because food, that's what it does. It gives you energy. So start your day off right. You know, get you a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, or some cereal with some fruits in it or whatever, some OJ, you feel me? And boom, your day starts fresh. Your brain is ready. You're ready to study. All right, so before you start studying, you need some drugs. And I'm not talking about the gas. I'm talking about caffeine, all right? Caffeine, y'all. Caffeine. There's different ways to consume caffeine other than coffee. Obviously, the easiest way is, like drink some coffee. But if you don't like coffee, or if you're not a coffee type of person, there's other things that contain caffeine, like tea, a refresher at Starbucks, whatever else contains caffeine in it. I mean, caffeine. So whatever else contains caffeine in it, just go ahead and drink a cup of that before you start studying, so that it could give you a little bit more of a boost, so you could stay awake and be more attentive towards whatever it is that you're trying to get an understanding of. Something that'll help you stay awake is energy drinks, but I don't really recommend those, because what an energy drink is basically a sugar rush and then a crash afterwards, and that crash is serious, because once that crash comes, like you're not gonna be able to stay focused. You're gonna have to go to sleep. It's just like you're gonna be tired. It's gonna be like you're gonna be fatigued and everything. So the sugar rush it only lasts for so long. Be careful with all of these though, because they are drugs, and you can become addicted to it easily. So I say only take them if you really have to study and you have like a day to get everything, to get your life together, then go ahead. All right, so along with cramming, power naps. Oh my gosh, this will save your life. Power naps are crucial to a college student, to any student in general. You need to take a power nap. After you study for like 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe 4 hours max, take a 20 to 30 minute nap wherever you are. It doesn't have to be in your dorm, in your bedroom. On the table, put your head down, set a timer, and take a nap. What it does, when you wake up, you're gonna feel refreshed, revived, ready to study again, ready to dive back in, and you're just gonna be very like energetic, you know? If you don't want to take a power nap, take a 20-minute break in general. Maybe watch a sitcom like, The Office. I think those are 20 minutes each. Or just watch like some YouTube, something funny, whatever. Just get your mind off of whatever you were studying and then go back in 20 minutes later. With the power naps as well, after you study for like 3-4 hours, change scenery. Like if you were downstairs in the library, go up 2 floors. If you were in your major building, go to the library. Like if you were in your dorm, get out of your dorm. You know what I mean? What it does to your brain, it makes your brain think that you took a break just because you changed scenery, but you really didn't. You just walked somewhere else. So then when you sit down, you just feel, like ready again to study. All right, so the next one is, last but not least, general study.
So this is what you should be doing regularly
as a scholarly student. You feel me? Okay. The first one is go to class. No, I'm kidding. Y'all already knew that. My first one is do not study in your room. The reason why I say that is because when you study, your room is a place where you sleep, do your makeup, do your hair, blah, 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 whatever. So your brain associates that with those activities and not studying. So once you decide to go study in your room, it's easier for you to be like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap, and you wake up tomorrow morning and it's the test and you failed. So it's easier for you to just not study in your room. Keep your room activities in your room and keep studying everywhere else. You feel me? So keep them separate. The next tip is to study in advance. So that means read the textbook in advance, look through your syllabus to see what y'all gonna be talking about in the class for that day in advance. You know, just take the time out, nothing crazy, just skim through it like in maybe 30 minutes to an hour, just briefly overview it. And you're not gonna understand everything because that's why the professor is there and getting paid. So you're gonna, you know, when you get to class, it's gonna be your second time seeing it, so it's gonna be very easy for you to understand it and you're gonna grasp it like more. You feel? Next one is some general study foods. Some study foods that you could do, that you could eat while you study are nuts, any kind of nuts, cashews, almonds, peanuts, whatever. You could do Chex Mix, those are really good. You could do dry cereal, crackers, and protein bars. Those are really, really good to keep, you know, like eat, munch, and then study and stay focused. As when you study as well, maybe like within 45 minutes of studying, stretch, yawn, stretch. What it does is circulates the blood through your brain so that it's easier for you to focus. It's easier for the information to flow through your mind. You know what I mean? You want it to stick. Another tip is use your textbooks, teachers, and campus resources. This is crucial. I don't know why people don't do this. Like, your teacher has office hours for a reason. You spent mad money on the book for a reason. Like, just use it, you know? The information is there for you. Everything's there for you. Just get a hold of it. Another thing is study before you go to your study group. Everybody should have study groups. I don't care if you don't like people, the human race, like you just not for it. You need a study group because what it does, it gives them the opportunity to explain something to you, and it gives you the opportunity to explain something to them. So this way you learn. So this way you are able to test yourself on how knowledgeable you are on the topic. So it is beneficial to both parties. So therefore you should have a study group. Get that A. All right, and the last one, last but not least. Hold on, sis, I'm a little thirsty. I'm a little parched. Whew. All right, last one, y'all, is reward yourself. When you're done with the test, go to that party. Go do your nails. Sleep until noon, sis. Like, you need to take a break and reward that hard work. And if you failed the test, just an exam, there's probably 1 in 2 weeks. Whatever. Life isn't over. Regardless of the fact, take a break. Wait, no. Reward yourself. It's time to finish it. All right, so if you like this video, I want you to like, comment, subscribe, leave down in the comments below some tips that you have, some things that you've done that help you study. Maybe you could help somebody else out, you could help me out, and come back. Bye.